So I've been on Keymailer for a little while now, requesting keys for various games, both bigger and smaller clout, hoping that somebody would finally give me a chance. But imagine my surprise to find that I was given a key for a game I didn't even request. Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but I think you can understand why I'd be skeptical about a developer so desperate for coverage that they're handing out keys to streamers slash YouTubers who don't even matter enough to be considered Z-listers. Thankfully, though, it turned out that while Nimbatus? Nimbatus. It's not my kind of game, but that doesn't make it a bad game. Honestly, I'm not sure why there hasn't been more coverage of Nimbatus. While it's lacking the charm and personality of a Kerbal Space program, I can't think of a more apt comparison when it comes to the gameplay. They even say right on their Steam page it was inspired by both KSP and Besiege, which actually, now that I think about it, that's probably a much more accurate game to compare this one to. There are missions to complete and even some pseudo-multiplayer stuff, but the meat of the game is just building a cool drone because you can. That's the reason why I really couldn't do a full-on review of Nimbatus even if I wanted to. I'm not good with this kind of game. There's a degree of brilliance and creativity required that's just not in my mental feature set. Maybe if I spent a good amount of time figuring out the intricacies of the physics and the many, many toys available in the toy box, I'd be able to create something that would be considered decent. But it's just not my thing. Thankfully, you can download other players' creations from the Steam Workshop in-game, although I'd say that doing so just ends up ruining the biggest draw. There's just not a whole lot to do otherwise, though, in Nimbatus. The procedurally generated universe is cool and all, but the missions generally come down to a few basic ideas that can easily be randomly generated. I get the impression that devs wanted the game to have more of a open-ended, replayable offline experience in the case that players aren't into the more competitive modes. But I think there's something to the idea of a more crafted, finite experience, kind of like Besiege's puzzle-like campaign, particularly when you realize that minus what boils down to an upgrade tree, there is no progression system in the game. All the drone parts are available immediately, and you can use downloaded drones in their entirety for any mission, with no limitations. There's not much of an incentive to play the campaign in the first place, if you ask me. I should mention, though, since I haven't yet, that the game is in early access, so there's still time for the devs to change things, if they want to. That's probably why the game was sent to me, actually. They just added a racing mode, and the game is now on sale to celebrate. There are some other features in there, but I'm not here to sell you the game. I'm just telling you about my experience with it. My very short experience with it. I probably won't keep playing Nimbatus either. I want to stress that it's not because the game isn't good, though. As far as I can tell, it is a fairly impressive execution of a 2D drone construction simulation thing. But I look forward to it coming out of early access, and I hope it works out well for the devs. If you're into this sort of thing, you should really check it out. But I'm probably just going to keep running drone sumo tournaments until I get bored, and then I'm going to go play something more, I don't know, unintelligent, like Devil May Cry 5. Hey, if you watch this whole thing, I appreciate it. I haven't really done anything quite like this before, so I hope that you liked it. Hope that it did justice, or whatever. Hope it made you proud, Dad. Anyway, yeah. So, if you like me, if you like how this went, let me know. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's ever gonna watch this, other than the two or three randos. There's always 2 or 3 randos. Hey there, randos. How you doing? Hey, why don't you hit that subscribe button, huh? And follow me on Twitch or Mixer or Twitter. Make those numbers go up. Give me more free games, so I can talk about them. Tell you to buy them, or not buy them. Anyway, I'm rambling, so see you later.